Hi there and welcome to ariimage tutorials. Thanks for watching. There are 5 mainly used areas of Dreamweaver, CS4, my program, that we will be looking at across maybe a few videos. First, document toolbar, then the insert panel, panel groups and panels, document window, and finally the properties inspector. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at a basic layout of my software, which is Dreamweaver, and showing where all the above areas are, all the previously talked about areas are. I know people have other programs they use, but for me it's a very good program, and if anyone else wants to post a vid showing their program, then please do. It's how we all learn. On opening Dreamweaver, you see it looks a bit overwhelming, but don't be put off. You will get to grips with it very easily. The main thing that we have here is recently opened items. These are some of the things that I've been working on. You can create a new document, and also there are featured videos. You can go to Adobe TV. Normally has a lot of great tutorials on there from the people who know the software. If anyone else uses any other software, again, they'll probably have their own tutorial videos. Firstly, the layout has been changed from previous versions of Dreamweaver, but you can change this to best suit you. I mean, I have mine set up as you can see here. If I open up a document, this is how mine is set up. You can change yours by simply grabbing the box you want to move, and you can drag that out. You can drag out my AP elements. You can make them all into their own individual panels, or you can group them into the panel groups. If you close down the panel by accident, or if you lose one, you can just go to your window in your menu bar and you can select your tag inspector and you can get that back. The first thing we'll be looking at will be the document toolbar. Now, there was a lot more to it in previous versions of Dreamweaver. Mine has changed. I'm not sure how I managed to change it, but it has. Yours may look a little different from mine when you first open it up. But on mine, at the top here, there is the layout. This is your layout button. You have your extension manager, and then you have your sites. For these, you can drop them down, and you can change how your basically your main window looks. This is the one I prefer. But we'll get into these in more detail in another video. The second thing we want to look at is the insert panel, which is over here, this main panel here. Now again, this is normally in its own tab as you see here, but I prefer mine back up in the old style, the way it was, which was up here. This changes your main components basically for your editing of your site. You can insert tables, you can insert div tags, nav bars, you can change layouts, but again we will work with all these later on in different videos, so you can browse through those and just get a hang of what these things do. The next thing is panel groups, which is all these parts I showed you earlier, which is each of these is a panel, and each of these, which we can collapse, as a panel group. Panel groups are great for if you want to put all your favorite parts or things that you will use the most into their own areas, and it sort of keeps them separate from anything else and saves you having to dauntingly go through all of this. If you need to work with CSS, you can basically go to your CSS styles and you can open up your CSS rule definition box, or you can change them from the properties inspector here. You can add properties, remove properties, probably a bit more advanced. We'll go into that later on. You can also go into your AP elements. You have in your tag inspector, if you wanted to work with Java, you can add different scripts and things that Java can place for you. But again, other tutorials will go into that. So basically, this allows you to just set up your panels as you need them, as you see fit. So you can, ones that you may mainly work with, you can use a lot. Next part is the document window. This is where it all happens. You'll see your work transform here in front of you as you develop through. As I've said previously, you can have this in code, you can have this in split, you can change this layout in how you see fit. This is the one I tend to work with most, as I can work on the code and see it change in below, and it's best to learn the code. But again, we'll save these for another video. Last but by no means least, you have the properties inspector here. Properties Inspector is probably the most used tool in Dreamweaver. It is a contextual selector that changes based on the object you've selected. Say if I choose this image, it will give you your width, your height, what it's linked to, your image source. You can edit it in Photoshop. Pretty much gives you everything in here. If I go for the text, you can change paragraphs, headings, you can list it, you can text indent it, you can pretty much do everything. Again, we will go through all that in later videos. So when you make any changes to your site or your page itself, you can basically have a look at the inspector, and it'll tell you that you've done it right, or you can change your image width in here. And finally, as with all programs, if you do get a bit lost, you can just call upon the trusty old menu bar, and this gives you everything that you need. This gives you all the functions that you're used to, in the usual way. Well, as I say, that's the general Dreamweaver layout. I hope that helps, and look forward to hearing from you. I'll place a link from a Facebook group in the right hand side. Feel free to join up and share your wisdom, or if you're seeing this on my Facebook group, hope this helps. Thanks very much, and goodbye.